Hi everybody, it's Christine and welcome to day 3 of the Back to School Crafty video series. Today I am joined by Alexandra from Hedgehog Hollow and Simone. Please be sure to check out their videos. They've got some great stuff for you today. I'm going to be using the Back to School collection again from Doodlebug Design, and I'm using those 2 patterned papers that you saw that are cut apart pages. I'm also going to be using a 6x6 paper pad of their petite prints and some 5.5 by 5.5 card bases to create some fun cards. You're going to see a common element today, and that is I'm going to be using my pen blade craft knife to add fun, different details to my cards. So I'm starting this one off, and all I did is I just cut up blades of grass and just added some fun dimension that way. Just cut along. You can see I kind of added a frill, but I added it in the middle of the card so it wouldn't work with frill scissors. I matted the school bus page then onto some yellow patterned paper, and I'm just going over and outlining it. I'm going to do a similar approach to all my cards. They're all going to have that outline. They're all going to be 5.5 by 5.5. They're all going to have that square look. And all I'm going to do is just change up the look by using my craft knife. So here you can see I've embellished. I added on a little cute clip that looks like a sunshine, even though it's meant to be a flower. And I also added on a couple stickers. So just to create a real fun back to school or any time of school year themed cards. Some of these will have a more specific day theme than other ones. And then the last thing I'm going to do is just add on one of these fancy frill border stickers. Again, you're going to see this on all the cards. One of the things I like to do when I'm creating a bulk set of cards is to keep a similar feel to each one. So that way it makes it a little bit easier to create them, and then I can add my own twist to little parts of it. So here's the first one all done. Now let's move on to the second one. This one obviously has a graduation feel to it because the owl is wearing a graduation cap. And what I'm going to do on this one is go around with my pen blade and I'm going to cut open that marquee. What I'm doing is I'm cutting 3 of the 4 sides so that it will fold open and be an interactive card. It kind of peekaboo, interactive, whatever you want to call it. And that's going to be on the front of the card. So the inside of the card will still be blank, a blank canvas for me to write in. But this will open up to some fun little surprises on the inside of the front. So here's what I mean by that. See how it just folds open on the front part? And then I add in Star Student sticker in there. And then I'm going to just finish up with some additional decorating to cuten the whole thing up. One of the things I'm going to be using in addition to those things I showed you in the beginning is just cardstock stickers, all different little elements from Doodlebug Design, and I'll be sure to link you up to all of those down below. I do use a few of their Doodle Pops, which are cardstock 3D little individual stickers that have a lot of extra detail. I also use just some of their various colorful elements, be it adding on rhinestones or sprinkles, which are enamel dots, just lots of different fun little elements. So there you can see I've added a few little embellishments to each corner and created a diagonal design on this one. And then it's got that fun open up element. Excuse me, my allergies this week are just atrocious. So now the last thing on this one is, again, I'm going to add on one of those fancy frills borders. This one is a green one, and it's just a loop-de-loop line, basically. And, you know, these also came in a set, and they also have them now on some of their 12 by 12 cardstock stickers. They're just a fun element to be able to add final touches to things. Of course, you can create a whole design based around it, but it's also fun to have those just to add that last punch of color onto a card or layout. So here's that card all finished up. Cute little owl, perfect, ready to roll for any kind of graduation. Now I'm going to create a very similar feel on this one, where I'm going to create a peekaboo interactive open up card. This time I'm doing a circle, which is always a little tricky, but this craft pen blade is very sharp and so it gets the job done. You can see I sped it up, so obviously if the video is sped up, I went very slowly there. But it worked well, and I was able to get it straight. I always worry with shapes like that it's going to be harder. Now, I added on one of those doodle pops that I was just talking about. That is an owl there, and he is 3-dimensional and cardstock, and he's got some nice little details. I just unstickied the top corner of him so that he could hold the flap shut of that circle. And I did that using just some baby powder just in that corner so that I can pop it open like that. See? And I added inside Best Day Ever. And so this one's obviously a back to school themed one. And then I added those little glasses onto him because I just thought they were cute and gave the whole card a little bit more of a fun personality. Not that it was lacking it already, but I think those little glasses on the owl just take it up a notch. And of course, then here I'm adding that last piece, those from the Fancy Frills sticker. And there you have it, just a fun little interactive card. Next one is going to have a different approach with my craft knife than I've done. And this one is I'm going to just cut around that heart. But again, I'm not going to cut all the way. So on this one, I'm going to leave the middle, just a teeny little sliver of the middle on there. And then I'm going to be able to pop up both sides of the heart. And there you can see how I'm doing that. So it doesn't make it an interactive card just like that first one with the grass. It doesn't make it interactive, but it does change the look of things. And here I'm adding just little 3D foam adhesive squares from Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L. And then I'm going over the edges of this and just doing a little bit of sanding. I got a little jagged. I didn't keep a continuous enough motion with my craft blade to keep it on there quite as I wanted to. So using the sandpaper just helps smooth out some of that mess that I created. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the embellishing, and all I'm going to do is add on some cardstock stickers here from that same sticker set. Between today's project and a project for later in the week, I knocked out this sticker set completely. I used just everything. And so that is always kind of a strange, exciting moment when you can actually use an entire sticker set. You can see I'm also adding on some little rhinestones, and I'm actually going to decide ultimately that I'm not happy with that pencil up there, and I think you can probably see why. It was too busy, and so I end up pulling the pencils off of the top and bottom there and calming the whole card down. I think design-wise it ends up looking a lot better because I did that, and just creating that horizontal line all the way across. So then now you know what time it is. It's time to add on those fancy frill borders, and this one I'm going to use a black scallop one and just go along the top and the bottom. You can see on all of them, I either did it on the top and the bottom, or I did it on both sides. I did not go all the way around the card. My reason for that was, well, the fancy frills are 5x5, or not 5x5, so 12 inches long, so they won't fit all the way around a 5.5 by 5.5 card. Now, last card. This one, I'm going to use the same approach as I did with the other circular one. I'm just going to go around with my craft blade and just cut almost the whole circle, just leaving enough that I can fold it over. And this one came from a 4x6 cut apart card, and I just thought it was really cute. And so I cut it down to 4x4. And actually that was really easy because the rulers there were just the right size to be able to cut off 1/2 inch at a time. Now I am adding some stuff into the inside there. I'm adding one of those doodle pops, and it's a little owl, and I added in a little saying. And then I'm going to decorate the front, and I'm going to add just a pencil on here and a little star. Very simple. This one is probably the most simple on the front just because there's a lot happening already within the design. I didn't need a lot. Not that anything from Doodlebug I think needs a lot. It stands alone really well, but it is fun to kind of look at their designs and go, what can I do to add a different twist to this? So final step, I'm just adding on, again, one of those fancy frills. This one looks like that edging of a spiral notebook. And I will be done. So thank you so much for joining me today. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a comment both here and over on Alexandra and Simone's videos so that you can get in on the giveaway that I have going all week long. And you can check out more videos that I've done earlier this week as well as over the next several days. I do have a playlist for that and would love to have you check them out. Thanks for being here.